2021 Perry Mountain 24-hour challenge. That was my first time, and it was so fun. Had probably one of the best times I've ever had riding a dirt bike. Just leaving the track now, we're just a couple miles away from the track, but yeah, so race was so fun. I was able to pull a whole shot, but I started on the second row. Elite class starts in the first row, and then experts in the second. So I pulled the whole shot on the experts, but a guy got past me. Actually, the guy we were battling with at the end of the race passed me on the first lap, hit a really good line, got around me. I was just chasing him, stayed right with him, and then we passed, there was only 4 elite riders. We passed all of them, and we followed the leader of the race. So we were 1, 2, 3 going through on the first lap, and I was able to get around the leader, and then the guy we were battling went down, so I was able to lead physically at the end of my 3 laps. So I did 3 laps, and we were going to go through every 3 laps, but Alex Mitz the first time had his handlebars come loose, so he could only go 2, and I saw a comment, but it went away too fast. Can you comment that again? I didn't catch it. So he had to stop early, and going through the pits. The pits were so long, and it's supposed to be 10 mile an hour, so it would cost you 2 minutes to go through the pits. So you really wanted to stay out there as long as you could. And then the biggest mistake we had was Kurt. There was these bridges across the creeks, these metal like great bridges, and Kurt got sideways coming up to one, cross-rutted, goes down in the ditch. Did you get any points and come in a decent time? Yeah, we were able to. I'll get there, Ronald. So he had to literally just deadlift his bike out of this creek, and fortunately it was Kurt. He's a big guy, strong, so he was able to get it out. But at that point, he lost 10 minutes. So we were like a little, like 10 minutes down. And they were solid. That other team was really solid. But we just stayed steady. No other major issues. Everybody's running 3 laps. Clay did awesome his first time. Fastest guy on the track. Brought us within maybe 5 minutes. But then right after that is when Kurt had that get off in the creek. So we lost some time there. Martin did great. Then we went back. Everybody was doing 3, and then Clay, it was nighttime at that point, and he lost his rear brakes, so he was only able to do 2 laps, which really hurt us. He's probably the strongest rider on the team, and he was only able to do 2 laps, so that really hurt. And it's in the middle of the night, so you're trying to get a long break. I was trying to take a nap, but we didn't, so nobody really got much sleep. And then Clay actually got sick, so it was really unfortunate that our best rider probably got 5 laps. So, but it was awesome. He stuck around, helped us all out. But then, middle of the night, I'll tell you what, riding at night was fun, but it was so sketchy. You cannot see. I don't care how good your lights are, you cannot see anything. And I went a little cheap on the lights. I think my whole setup was less than $200. So all the other guys had $1,000 setups. So it was, it was dark, and but still super fun. I went 3 at night. Actually, in the middle of the race, Alex went 4 laps in the middle of the race to make up for his 2. And then I went in the middle of the night at like 1 o'clock. Then Alex went after me at like 2:30. And then we learned Clay wasn't coming back. Tommy, then Kurt. And Kurt definitely made up for his creek incident. He brought us within 5 minutes, which really gave the whole team a bunch of hope. This is like 5 in the morning. We're all sitting under the tent. I had just finished a nap. I got about 2 hours of sleep, and I was actually feeling great. I don't know how. That's all the sleep I got. But was just psyched when he was that close. Martin went out, and because we had to pit, the way the pit strategy out, they pulled out 8 minutes. So when I got on the bike, they had an 8-minute lead. And my plan was to do 3, and then Alex would finish doing 3, and that was our 4th session. But I don't know what happened. It was the best I felt all day. It was not pouring rain, but raining pretty hard, super muddy everywhere, and splashing. I mean, no goggles, and just was able to do 4 laps. And into my 4th lap, when I went through the finish line, I'm just catching guys. When I went through the finish line, and he turned through the finish line, I could see it was the number 20 who we were chasing. So I knew we were right on him. Well, he saw it was me too, and he went out for another lap. I had to stop. I had done 4. I couldn't go any. That's 40 miles. I couldn't go any more in fuel. So we stopped. Alex went out. He had 2 to go. Well, that guy had already done 2, or he did 4. He did 4, and he was not. He rode good, but he did that 4th lap, and so he had to come in the 5th lap. So Alex actually caught him. So he made up the 2 minutes we lost by going through the pits. Caught him, passed him physically. So they come through the line for the white flag together, but Alex is in front, and they still have to go through the pits. Well, they went pretty fast through the pits. It's supposed to be 10 mile an hour, but they were flying, and they made it through in a minute. So Alex had a 1-minute lead on the last lap, pulled it off. I don't know what we won by, but we were all screaming, jumping up and down. Super exciting and thrilling after 24 hours of racing to come down to the last lap and win by a few seconds. It was top. I mean, I've won a moto at Loretta's. I've won an arena cross main event. This is up there as one of the greatest wins of my. It was so fun doing it with everybody, and you're exhausted, and but just had a blast. So yeah, that's it. That's a wrap. We were able to get the win in the expert class, and 2nd overall. Those elite guys were tough. They beat us by a few laps, so they were super tough. But it was a super fun event. Can't wait until next year. If you don't have a team, you really ought to put 6 of your friends together and do it. It was an absolute blast. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll get some. I did 2 GoPros. So I rode my GoPro in the morning to start, and then I did one in the middle of the night. So I have a night ride for you guys to see. But I'll upload those in the next week or so. I'm gonna be tired. It's gonna take me a little while. All right, guys. See ya.